Alrighty, well, we're lighting up another one. This is the other big burn pile out here at the clearing job. And I'm standing about 40 feet away and I'm keep having to back up. It's getting hot fast. But we intentionally lit this side first, because you can see I'm standing right here inside the tree line. Intentionally lit this side first, get it to burn down away from the trees as much as we can, and let it burn out more into the clearing. So this way we kind of just can be on top of it first thing in the morning. But we're banking on some thunderstorms this afternoon. There's about 80 or 90% chance of thunderstorms coming through. So hopefully by the time it gets burned down, we'll get a rain roll through that'll put it out for us. And then, you know, just like the other one, whenever I get back over here with the excavator, we'll restack them and relight them. But for now, she's going up like a tinderbox. It's been drying for 8 months and it's full of pine needles and soft pine wood that burns fast. So we'll just keep an eye on it. Whew, lordy, lordy. This sucker got hot fast. I can't even stand over there by it anymore, but I cleared a fire line with the tractor all the way around it, just drug the box blade. And it's burning straight up. We got no wind today, so I'm not real concerned about it, but I mostly wanted to clear a path through the weeds that I could walk around it quickly, quickly, because you can't hardly be wading through thorns. But yeah, it's going up quick. I mean, it's been burning for maybe 30 minutes, honestly, but it's burning real good. It's all staying consolidated there in the middle. Maybe I know I stacked this pile higher, I think. I'm not sure if I did stack it tighter than the first one, because this first one, see, it burned down, but it hollowed out. It's got a lot of stuff around the edges where it just didn't burn it. I burned a big hole right in the middle where the stumps were. It got out most of those, but see, there's a big old tangle of logs over here that just never did light up. And that was, I don't know, 2 months ago, something like that. So anyway, it's plenty dry. Of course, I guess, yeah, this has had 2 more months to dry. Maybe that's the difference. But yeah, man, she's rip roaring. So we're just gonna let it burn down as much as it can, and we'll be out here watching. Now, not to be undeterred, because you guys know that I hate wasting time, while we got the big fire burning over here, not to say it's a waste, but it's taking care of itself. So we're gonna be over here sawing out logs. This is all that's left of the little pile I've been working on. But of course I've got that massive pile over there, and it extends all the way along the tree line. And then I've got this big pile over here that you can't hardly see behind the weeds. But lot of pine logs at my disposal. So we're gonna try to snatch as many of them out of here today as we can while we're here working anyway. So I've gone through this whole pile. I've marked every one that I can without having to move the pile. Now I'll come through, I'll saw all those out, we'll clean all those out, and then we'll kind of go from there on marking more. Doing this as opposed to what I was doing before, where I was skidding 2 logs at a time up to the entrance and then sawing them out. This way I can just saw a whole bunch to length and we can just start hooking them out of here as fast as possible. Got my father-in-law here today too. He's got his saw, and he's actually starting to try to relight that other pile, see if we can't get some more of it burned up today. So anyway, should have a fun day of burning brush and sawing logs. Just checking in over here on the backside. This is where we first lit it. It's kind of eerie to see this just like hollowed out core. That went up so quick. There was a lot of pine needles in it, but actually not stacked very tight. And now it's all charred, it's all burning still, which is great. It's gonna keep collapsing and falling in on itself. I think this pile is gonna burn down a lot better than the other one. But yeah, it's kind of cool to be able to like look into the heart of the pile. All the pine needles, all the debris is gone, so you can just look in there through just this kind of tumbled pile of logs is how it looks. But it'll keep falling in on itself, and I think as it does, if it's not too smoking hot, I'll try to start pushing it up with the box blade since I got the tractor. I wish I had the excavator over here. Don't, it's okay. If we can't push it up with the tractor, we'll just restack it later with the excavator. But yeah, it's going good. Smoking hot. And everything's staying really well contained. So that's what's really most important. I'm just doing my check here, and then I'll go to sawing logs. Well, I'll just show you all this too. This is what can get scary. This is what can get you with a burn pile like this. All this little stuff burning down real low, those pine needles along the ground. If they somehow get over and they start burning this grass, drying that grass out, making it burn, they could get all out here in the woods in just a matter of minutes. And you look in the woods, it's just littered in pine needles. So that's a big reason why I came around here and built this fire line. Even though we had some rain this morning, even though this was all green weeds, now it's all bare dirt. So if it comes over and it scorches this grass and tries to burn it up, that taller stuff, it'll burn it. But unless we get a big strong wind, it's not gonna jump this dirt track. So real important, if you got a big pile like this, build you a fire line any way that you can. We actually don't have water here on site today. We did when we burned the other pile, but it's been dry enough lately that all of our ditches and potholes have dried up. So I'm relying on this fire line, but that's why I'll be here all day. I did just make one curious discovery, and I'm not going to show it to you guys because it's really pretty sad. I rolled out a baby raccoon somehow. I don't know if I rolled him up in the box blade or if he just came out of the log pile or what. But this little fellow, the only way you could tell he was a raccoon was because of the stripes on the skin on his tail. There wasn't a lick of fur on his body. Completely mangy, and to the point that his skin was falling off. Just blood and sores all over his body, which is why I'm trying to figure out if I rolled him or if he just is in that bad of shape. But pretty sad. I saw him and I was like, oh look, baby raccoon. I was going to catch him and show him to the kids, and then when I realized the condition that he was in, no, I ain't showing that to the kids. So he was so weak he couldn't even run away. I just caught him and we'll just say I dispatched him for you. But anyway, just thought I'd talk about that. It's kind of sad, but I believe I did the right thing by him because he wasn't going to make it long anyway. He was pretty miserable. And so yeah, this way he's done for, and something else will use him for sure. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that. I'm making one more pass around the fire right now, just checking on it. And then we're gonna walk over to the house and grab lunch. The beauty of being on a job close to the house, we just walk home for lunch. Everything looks really good. It's burning down really, really well. And my father-in-law's actually he's got the old pile lit and going pretty hot too. So we might actually get a lot more burned up and cleaned up today than I thought we would, which would be nice. So anyway, what's the update now? Burning piles, sawing logs, and I don't know what you want to call taking care of that raccoon. I did break my saw again, instantly. Something's wrong with my saw. I don't know what it is. It just snaps the pull ropes just back to back to back. Unless I bought the world's cheapest pull rope, which is also quite possible. I bought it at a big box store, so it's probably not great. But I just replaced it the other day. I haven't pulled that cord a dozen times, and it just snapped again. So can't explain it, but that sucks. Luckily my father-in-law brought his along so we can use it, but of course it's dull. So after lunch, maybe we'll be productive. Well, it's been about an hour. You can see it's burned down really, really well. No more high jumping flames coming off of it. Everything is still staying up in the core. The edges have actually cooled off a little bit. I just tried with the tractor pushing up a little bit over there on that other pile. The tractor just, you can't get a whole lot with it. It's not a very strong tractor, and if you get close at all, then you're basically parking your rubber tires on hot coals, which is just not good. But stuff like this right here, I think I can back in and shove this up, get it more towards the middle of the pile, and maybe as I do, it'll actually push other stuff further in. So I might work on that a little bit, try to come around the whole pile and see. But man, just as quick as I get close to it, I start getting hot on the seat, so I know the back end of the tractor is just as hot. But yeah, I might come around the edge of the pile here and just see if I can't shove some of it up. But burned down really, really well. That makes me super happy. Our rain chances for this afternoon are actually dropping, so it's a good thing that the pile's burned down as quick as it has. I'm happy not to see flames jumping up in the air anymore. That really, that makes me a lot more comfortable when you get past that part, and now you're just down to smoldering, you know, or burning embers. Anyway, keeping after it, just giving you a little update.
Are there any cracks?
Yeah, there's cracks all through that. All right, well, I think my father-in-law is taking over. I think he's having too much fun on the tractor. But that's fine, I'll let him. He's partial owner in the tractor, so if he feels comfortable with it, I'll let him do it. So he's just pushing up that pile. Again, that's the one we lit today. And we've gotten everything cleared out of here from that log pile, which of course was the smallest log pile by a long shot. So it's not even a dent in what we have over here. There's one little scrap left over there, actually one about 6-foot log that's a good diameter, and a little scrap and a stump, but otherwise that's cleaned up. Of course we got all that over there. Anyway, this is the original pile that we lit when I made the video a couple months ago, and we've been going through and relighting spots of it. Haven't pushed it up one bit, just relighting it, and it's really taken off again. So burned down quite a bit over here, and I just lit that about an hour ago maybe, so it's really just taken off. So yeah, things are looking great. This is cleaning up really well, better than I expected. And I think our rain chances went back up again. They dropped and they went back up because I just got a message about flash flood warnings for the county for this evening. So we go from maybe a chance of rain to flash flood warnings. That's always nice. But for now, we'll let it burn. It may be hard to see in the dying light, but that is quite the change. I mean, this morning that sucker was halfway up the trees. It was 30 foot tall. that pile has burned down really, really well. That makes me really happy. Just keep running circles around it with the tractor and pushing it up as best we can. Got to be quick. Back in, shove, and run before your tires get hot. But just pushing it a couple feet, so really not getting that close to it. But yeah, just push that up. That's lighting up again real good. And it's raining. It just started raining pretty well. Getting me wet, so I'm gonna try to run over and see if I can't push up that other one. This other one burned down really well too. Let me show you how it looks. Well, we got a little light left. Maybe not enough for you guys to get a good idea, but gotta try to push that corner up over there if I can. I've been going around. It's actually about 30 minutes since the last little clip that I made. You can see the other fire burning back there in the distance. I want to try to keep pushing up as much as I can. I'm really impressed. I didn't think the tractor would be able to do this, and she ain't got a whole lot of guts, but backing into it with that box blade, it's doing actually a lot better than I expected. So you know, we just run a pass around it, shove up as much as we can, and then let it burn for an hour or whatever, and then do it again. Which this is gonna be the last pass for tonight. And then tomorrow we're taking the day off. So I don't know, we'll just have to get a look at it tomorrow evening and kind of see what's left of it. Whoa. Well, it's the day after. We've got, are you stuck? Yeah. Get your foot out of there. Pull, wiggle your foot, get out. There you go, there you go. There you go. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Got it, good. Okay, don't step in any more puddles. Yeah, so it's the day after. I wish I had a picture of before when this pile was huge. But the biggest improvement that you'd probably see from prior videos would be that this right here is all pushed up. See, I just did this last night after dark. It's the last thing I did before I went home. I was actually able to push in here and shove all of these stumps up more into the pile. They were all laying over here and you couldn't get around because of these two big potholes here. So finally they burned enough that as I started pushing on them, the logs broke and they let me roll them up in the middle. So still a lot more to do. It's going to take another burn. But this pile is just drastically improved. I mean, where I'm basically the grass here, the edge of the grass line was where all trees were pushed out to. So we've pushed up quite a bit, made quite a bit of progress on it, but still just a big mess to clean up. So we'll try to get it pushed up next chance we get after it's dried out a little bit. It rained about a ½ inch, so it's pretty soggy in here now, which I know a ½ inch doesn't sound like much, but here it is. So we'll have to let it dry out again, and then we'll come in here and we'll try to get it pushed up, restacked, and light the rest of it. We'll walk over here and see how the other one looks. So here's the really big improvement. This is the one we just lit yesterday. So this is really impressive. This is really good to see. Man, I can see if you look, you might be able to see it on this camera. I'll catch it. Yeah, right there in the middle. You can actually still see it's still so hot. You can see it kind of doing that shimmer effect. You know, the heat going up and it refracts the light. Anyway, so yeah, this one's pushed up really well. I mean, this is just amazing to think that yesterday, you know, basically where this dirt track goes around the edge, that was the extent of the pile. So it's gotten really condensed in here really well. I mean, that's not dirt that I pushed up in the pile. That's all big chunks of ash. Well, some of it's dirt, I guess, that burned off the roots. But oh, look. You look like into the pits of hell there. It's still glowing red hot underneath there. It'll be that way for weeks unless we get significant rain. So this one's pretty well taken care of. I'll have to be careful when I get in here and work on it and try to spread this ash out because it'll stay hot for a long time. Try to spread this ash and dirt back out and try to get the trees back on top and piled up. But it'll smolder like this for a while, and then we'll probably be able to come in and relight once it's dried out again. Really probably just be able to relight this with some diesel and get it to burn up again really well again. But I'll probably try to blade some of that out and get a lot of that dirt out of it first and then push up the logs one more time. But this makes me really happy. This is amazing. And where I'm standing right here right now, trees were 20 feet over my head. Now they're all burned down. So anyway, I think that's a wrap for this video. I know nothing special about it, but yeah, just burn and brush, and just kind of wanted to show you guys some of the effort put into it. At this point, I'm still working on the original part of my bid, which was to clear and burn. And it's something, you know, that I kind of take to heart, because when I had guys originally come in and clear it for me, they said, oh yeah, not a problem, brother, we'll burn it. And no, they didn't. They didn't even come close. So, you know, this is something that, again, like I said, kind of take it to heart, because I told this guy I would burn it, and by God, I'm going to burn it. And we're just about done. So he's still holding some money on it, which I think is totally fair. When it's burned, he'll pay me. That's the way that works. So we're trying to get her cleaned up. But yeah, had some interesting stuff. Caught some snakes for the kids to look at. Told you all about that raccoon. And yeah, it was a good day. It was a good time spent. We got some good work done while we were doing it. Got logs hauled out. So everything's really, it's going good. I'm happy. And I'm rambling. But anyway, hopefully you guys got something out of it. If you did, it makes me happy and you're happy. You know, if you like these videos, obviously do the usual. Comment, like, subscribe. I know they're not super exciting videos necessarily, but I try to make them educational and informative for people out there that are trying to do homesteading like me and are trying to take on these sort of projects. That's what I'm after. If you like it, let me know.